Hello everybody, I'm Sarah and I'm a recorder player. Something exciting today, the lovely people at Artinoise, a startup who make musical instruments, have sent me something new to try out very exclusively for this channel, because it's not actually on the market yet. A re.corder, re.corder. This is apparently the recorder reinvented, an instrument that you can play acoustically, digitally, or use as a MIDI controller. I want to be completely transparent so you know what you're getting in this video. They have sent this to me for free, but I'm not being paid to advertise it, so I will give my honest opinion. Alright, here we go. Oh, there's more. I have never seen a foam cleaning stick, but I guess this can't stay wet, so... And we've got a lanyard and some instructions. Before I read this, I just want to look at the instrument. Here we go. I have to say this looks and feels really nice. It's very light. It's a plastic casing, but it's kind of transparent here at the sides, which feels high tech. I've read on the website that they based it on the Baroque design of a recorder, so indeed it's conical. Even though the holes are quite small, we've got the double holes down here. Up here at the top we've got a kind of extra bit, I guess this is where the electronics are housed. And here we've got some buttons, some lights. It's flashing, I think I've turned it on. The website says you can play it acoustically like a regular recorder, or you can use it electronically, so let's just try. Shall I? Oh. There's... Okay, realization dawns. Look at this little plastic attachment for the labium. Okay, I'm guessing it should play now. That's really, really smart. It plays like a regular recorder and it's got a surprisingly wide range. I can get right up into the high notes. I have to play it in a bit of a different way than the recorders I'm used to, a bit more of a whoo. What I really like is how the articulation responds. You can be very percussive with it. The tone, the pure recorder sound isn't the most beautiful that I've ever heard. It's not very refined. I feel like I can influence how it sounds less than I would with a Baroque recorder, but that's to be expected. That's not what the purpose of this is. The other thing that strikes me is that the 7th hole is in line with the rest rather than being offset, which means that I have to bend my hand round a little to get that low. So let's test out the electronics. I'm going to get this all set up, try it out a little bit and report back. I'm back again. I've spent a bit of time getting to know the re.corder and the app, and I'd love to tell you about what I found. Got the app here. You download the app for free. It works on iPhone, iPad, I think on Android as well. It took me a little while to figure out how to set it all up, get everything going, but I think I'm there now. You've got Learn, Play and Duo. Duo is for 2 recorders, which I don't have, but there's Learn and Play. I have a little play for you first. This is the recorder sound. In Play, you can see all of the different instruments they have and you can use the sounds of any of them. I'm going to be a piano, clarinet. Drums. That's fun. Synth bass. So the choice of instrument sounds is really nice, and apparently you can change the octaves by tapping oh yeah. I had to get used to the fact that these buttons here, you can't press them, you just touch them. So at first I was like, is this actually doing anything? But you just tap and it works. And then if you go into jam session, it actually notates what you're playing, but it kind of notates it, but because I'm not quite sure what tempo I'm in, the rhythms are coming out a little bit. Anyway, over here you can add reverb. Or echo. Ooh, nice! Fun, 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 fun. In the settings, there are 3 modes. One is breath. Then one is just with your lip sensor, so you don't have to breathe, you just put your mouth on the recorder. So that's pretty cool. Apparently it's for people who can't blow for very long or maybe have a physical disability. That means this is helpful. Great. And keyboard. This is where you can just literally use the touch sensitive sensors to play. So this is a really big plus, I think. You can make chords. Oh, the only thing is, because these are double holes, it's very easy to hit both at the same time. Let's talk about latency. Latency is the amount of time between playing the note and hearing it. I'm hearing with the keyboard function, so no breath, it's very quick. So the latency is a lot less when I'm not breathing. So this makes me think that the touch sensors are a lot faster than the breath sensor. In the settings, there's a lot of different parameters that you can play with. Sensitivity, pressure, there's all kinds of movement sensors moving it around. At the moment I've found this one. So when I go up, it adds a fast vibrato. Oh yeah, and of course you can take the little mute out and play with electronic and real sound. I did, okay. Put the electronic sound down 2 octaves and turned on the lip sensor, and then I can play with those 2 sounds together. It's making me feel really creative already. Let's try one of the tutorials so you can see how that goes. We're doing recorder. Let's try Old MacDonald. So the idea is that you play along with the notes on the screen with a nice accompaniment, and the more you hit, the more points you get. job, yay! By the way, I really like these piano accompaniments. Oh, it occurs to me that you can take out the mute, so play like a regular recorder, and it will still register your points. So you can practice and the computer tells you how well you're doing. That's a nice idea as well. By the way, can we please have a spare one of these in the package with the recorder, because I just know I'm gonna lose this immediately. It does also ask you to wear the strap while you're playing, but I'm living life on the edge, like I always do. And in the play section, you can jam along with different pieces. Let's try trumpet, Forays Pavan. Yes, this is one of my favorite pieces, let's do it. I've been through a lot of the really good things. I'd just like to go through some of the things that I feel do need improvement, and this is a good place to start. The rhythms notated here are approximate. There's quite a few pieces in the app where the rhythms aren't notated properly, and if you're learning music, that's just not okay. It has to be consistent and it has to be accurate. I can understand why you would approximate these rhythms. I mean, this is long, short, but if they're not actually correct, that's just going to be really confusing. The next is about the sound itself. Let's put it back on the recorder sound. In my opinion, a few things about this can be improved. First of all, I noticed the response is a little bit late. It feels like either the attack is too long, or maybe that there's even a little bit of silence before the note starts. I really feel the latency. And on an instrument like the nylon string guitar, it's already improved a lot. So this is something in the recorder MIDI. And you also hear that the sound itself drops in pitch as you blow. That gives a weird kind of unsettled feeling with the intonation. And my last quibble, I'm sorry I'm being so specific with this, but there's an inbuilt vibrato. I don't like that. In an ideal world with MIDI, I like to have a straight tone that I can add the vibrato myself. So Artinoise, I'm sorry to be so detailed and negative about the recorder sound specifically, but these are all things that can be adjusted, and I think they would improve it a lot. And then response and latency. So when the sound is already going, it's really fast. But it takes a second to speak when I blow. So again, this makes me think that the breath sensor is a little bit slower than the touch sensors. I'm sorry, I don't know how to fix that, but it's my observation. Would this annoy me if I was note learning in the app? Probably not. Would it annoy me as a performer who wants to play in my speed? Yes. And my last thing that I think needs improving are the menus for the MIDI settings. The main part of the app is really understandable. The learn section, the play section, that's brilliant. But the kind of back end where you can get into the MIDI section, I have no idea what's going on. And this is a person who's experienced with electronics. I sat here with the manual and I couldn't really figure it out, so I think someone who's picking up a MIDI instrument for the very first time is going to be like, what? It's set out for a technician basically, someone who knows what all these things are and are like, oh, let's play with the possibilities. I think it would help if there are clear options that you can just choose for the people who don't know anything about electronics, and then maybe an advanced mode where you can get into the settings and fiddle around with them. Because then you can actually get into all these creative things rather than thinking, help, what is a linear MIDI output aftertouch? Let's draw some conclusions. The re.corder, I love the way it looks and feels. The app also looks really nice and professional. There's a lot of potential and a lot of creative ideas there. I just think it needs finishing off more. It feels like it's at the stage where the makers are like, well, we have all of these possibilities, but it still has to be clearly mapped out for the person who's playing it. Otherwise, it's just confusing. We didn't talk about the price. At the moment, these aren't on the market yet, but you can sign up to be put on the waiting list for when they come out. It was running a Kickstarter, and I think they were going for €62, which frankly, for an electronic and acoustic instrument with an app is brilliant. I don't know if the price will change, but something in this range I think is actually really brilliant. And I didn't even say they come in a range of colours. I could see this being a really fun and creative way to get into electronics for the first time, using MIDI sounds. There's all different effects, different things it can do. It's a great entry point, and the fact that it's an acoustic recorder as well. And I can imagine it being used in combination with regular recorder lessons, because it feels like a normal recorder. You can just pick it up and play it, to get students to do something a bit different and a bit creative. Exciting! So, if you are curious, I'll put the links in the description where you can go to the website, you can hear some more examples, and you can also sign up for the waiting list if you're interested in buying one when they come on the market. Thank you so much to Artinoise for sending me one. I'm sorry I'm so picky about the details, but I know it's going to be brilliant. As always, you can subscribe to my channel by clicking on my face down here. Over here's the Team Recorder Patreon, where you can choose to support the channel, and here's 2 more videos. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye!